All right, welcome back to the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Coverage. Walsh, along with Chris Muller, joining me from the 93.7 The Fan Cam. And Mike Tannenbaum, he's a former general manager, and I think this is why he's a former general manager. He said Ben Roethlisberger is the worst quarterback in the AFC North. I think that's kind of crazy because I would still, even though we don't know if he's completely healthy, I would still put him ahead of Baker Mayfield and Joe Burrow because he's a rookie. I'd put him ahead with just one arm. Maybe not Lamar Jackson, but you could make an argument, and I would make that argument that he's still the best quarterback in this division, Chris.
I'm not going to meet you on that one. He's not better than the reigning NFL MVP. Sorry.
Not even a little bit. There's not even a little bit of.
No. He's never had a season in his whole career as good as what Lamar Jackson had last year. When people are coming back at the Ben supporters are coming back at Jackson fans with, well, win a playoff game and get back to us. Okay, great. That's fair. Lamar Jackson does need to start winning playoff games. He was the NFL MVP for good reason last year. He led the league in touchdowns. He only threw 6 picks. He ran for 1,200 yards. He is a phenom until he gets stopped. The rest of what Tannenbaum said, though, is absolute garbage. I mean, let's be honest here. What probably happens on a slow day at ESPN, and I'm not even trying to chastise them because it happens occasionally at slow days in sports talk everywhere. Somebody comes up with something, says, hey, can you defend this? It's a ridiculous point. People are going to come after you, but can you defend it credibly and at least make it sound good? He goes, sure. I can make a case that Joe Burrow, who's never thrown a pass in professional football, is a better quarterback than Ben Roethlisberger. Sure. I can make a case that Baker Mayfield, who tripped over his own 2 feet multiple times last year when the Browns actually had a chance to get back in things, yeah, I can make a case he's better than Ben too. It's ridiculous. And this is coming from me. I'm the biggest Ben basher in town, and I'm defending him from this absurd charge.
And you're also a Cleveland Browns fan, right? Kind of? A little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have pure dual loyalties. I root for the Steelers over the Browns, but my mom's from Cleveland. I occasionally want to see them do well. That's not a crime here. We're more alike than we are different, people.
Yeah, I'm just making your point even more valid is what I'm trying to say here, you know?
The Joe Burrow thing, by the way, the Joe Burrow thing is seriously insulting. And the way Tannenbaum framed it, I thought was a joke. I mean, this guy would know about, mediocre quarterback play. He got Mark Sanchez when Mark Sanchez was the guy that got the Jets to the AFC Championship that they lost to the Steelers, so he should know Ben well from that. And then he turned Mark Sanchez into complete nothing. He surrounded him with garbage. The thing with the Joe Burrow comparison is Mike Tannenbaum dropped all these guys into a hypothetical scenario and said he would take Burrow, among others, over Ben. Like a 3rd and 13? Joe Burrow's never faced one in the pros. How on earth can you make that kind of comparison? If Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning, some can't-miss prospect, had that put on them, I would find it ridiculous. Joe Burrow? Come on.
Only reason I would say Joe Burrow over Ben Roethlisberger is if I know I'm going to have this guy for 10 years. You know you're going to have Ben Roethlisberger for 10 years. But that wasn't the statement that he made here. Let's go out to James. How you doing, James?
Well, he's younger, that's why.
No, that's not why he said it, though. I mean, look, that's a reason to take Joe Burrow over Ben Roethlisberger. But he's saying
for the
right
next
now.
10 years, but
he's saying
he's
right
talking
now.
about for a hypothetical play in late November when the game's on the line.
Yeah.
He thinks he'd rather have all 3 of those other guys except over Ben. Sorry, give me Lamar Jackson. I'll buy that. I'll buy that completely. Give me Baker Mayfield, maybe if you've been doing whippets or huffing helium all day. And then give me Joe Burrow never. I mean, it's definitely something cooked up by some producer over there to try to get people fired up. And Frank, I took the bait.
Go ahead,
Look
James.
how many times he played hurt.
Who are you defending, James? Are you defending Ben or are you defending Joe Burrow? What side are you on here?
I'm on Ben Roethlisberger's side.
Okay. All right, well, I appreciate the call, James.
In what universe? What just happened?
I don't know.
Listen, I didn't wear one of my funny shirts today, but that doesn't mean the callers have to pick up the slack with the absurdity quotient here on this show. Come on.
You know, if you guys continue to do the calls or the best of the nightly sports call on 93.7 The Fan, I guarantee you James from Line 6 would probably be on that call. On those clips.
I mean, I might have to go and dig it up for tomorrow's show. I'm solo. Craig and I might have to analyze that thing on tomorrow's show.
All right, let's
So-
go out to Chuck in the South Side. How you doing, Chuck?
Yes, I want to talk fantasy football right now. A lot of us are doing that this weekend, and the obvious picks for quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Patrick Mahomes, and just 3 or 4 running backs, top picks. I won last year, so I have the last pick, number 10. Who would you suggest would be a good pick for fantasy football this year to go along with?
And number 10, I like number
Joe
10,
Burrow.
especially. No, not Joe Burrow. Yeah, not Baker Mayfield. You're not going to get Lamar Jackson. You're not going to get Patrick Mahomes. The 10, it depends on what kind of league you're in, right, Chris? I mean,
If you're in a PPR league, it's totally different. I mean, your Michael Thomases, your receivers at the top of the heap. I just did an incredibly lengthy and time-consuming dynasty draft over the several-day period. Here's a name at 10. I don't think you'll get him, but there's a significant drop-off from Mahomes and Jackson to the next tier of quarterbacks. If Russell Wilson's sitting around at 10 and you don't love one of the wide receivers that's left on the board, I don't think that's a horrible idea. Nor do I think if DeAndre Hopkins is there, you should pass him up, because I think he's going to have monster numbers with Kyler Murray.
Any running backs still at 10?
Next question I'm going to ask. With the virus and everything going around, is it going to be more of a passing game or a running game? So
You know what?
I don't think the virus is going to impact. I don't think it's
Thanks,
going to
Chuck.
impact the way teams play the game whatsoever. I
Yeah.
think teams are going to do the exact same thing that they always do. Like, it's a passing league, clearly. Running backs. I don't love anybody after the usual McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook kind of thing. Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb's sitting there at 10, I
Zeke.
guess I'd take him, Richie. But
Maybe Zeke
yeah,
at 10?
the weird thing with Zeke is there's so many guys in Dallas that you can throw the ball to now. I just wonder how many touches he's going to get and if they're going to try to limit him. I think it's a 2 running back class, and then it depends what you're looking for. But I'd take the best wide receiver available over the best running back at that point.
Is Dak Prescott in your second-tier quarterbacks?
No, he's in the prove-it tier. Like, how about you play well in the last 3 years in a game that matters? They played decent teams last year, and he basically was terrible in every single one of them. I mean, the guy, I think, is talented, but he absolutely – we want to talk about Lamar Jackson not being able to win in the playoffs or just win big games. What has Dak Prescott done for anybody lately? I mean, they had a chance to beat the Eagles last year. They had a chance to make a statement against the Bills, and he came up small, especially against the Eagles. I will not believe in Dak Prescott as a true franchise Super Bowl guy until he shows me.
Chris, I'll tell you about a couple guys you can believe in. It's our Tri-State Office Furniture tweet of the day, and this is from Eric Ebron, who I think is going to be a star for the Steelers this year, and also the guy that he mentioned. Today he tweeted out, today showed me Chase Claypool will be a problem in this league. Hashtag Big Stepper. Joe Hayden said it. Eric Ebron said it. I've been at practice a few times. I've seen it. He's dropped some easy passes, but he's made some incredible catches, and he's pretty fast. What do you think about Claypool? Do you think he's going to be a major matchup problem?
I think there's one interesting thing that came from today, and that was Mike Tomlin praising both Claypool and Highsmith, their top 2 picks in this draft. I'm not used to Mike Tomlin, being effusive in his kind words about rookies, but I think Claypool, he doesn't have to produce for them this year, but man, what an extra weapon for a team that can't have enough of them in the red zone, especially with uncertainty at running back. If Roethlisberger starts to feel confident by week 3 or 4 that, hey, this rookie's going to go up and get it if I put it up there for him, or he's going to run by somebody when we're in the middle of the field, that only serves to make them potentially more lethal. I mean, look at what Martavis Bryant did when he was right, when his mind was right, when he was on the field. It added a completely different dimension to their offense in 2 areas of the field.
Definitely could open things up for Juju, who's in a contract year. We're going to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls coming up next, so stay right there.